to be a little bit special. I want to wow you. I want to wow the clients, and I want it to be extra special because they're spending a lot of money. So I always
Mhm.
remember, like, I'm very grateful that you're spending money on me and you trust me to help you get to this vision. And luckily, and I wish I could do it all myself, but I can't. So I have people that come in and they help me, and we talk about it, and I always have the last say. But I love the fact that I have really good people that to work with, and um, you know, you find the most inspiration out of little things. Which is why I love to go to all the restaurants on the strip, and I love to go to the art museums because you never know when something's going to hit you, and you can use that little piece to kind of put into some design that might make it a little extra. So anyway, it's a great
And
job.
you
I'm very
you
fortunate.
do create so many different things that people wouldn't even think were possible with balloons. So
Exactly.
originally from Southern California, and by the way, folks, we're visiting with Stephanie Adler,
Ah.
director, founder of Balloon Pose Las Vegas, here on the Mental Margarita Show. We're so excited because this is fun and exciting. There's nothing that screams Vegas more than a great party.
I mean, we
Mhm.
decorate a ton of hotel rooms. We've got 43 hotels on the strip that we like to work with. And for us, just having somebody walk into their room and see happy birthday balloons and the
Mhm.
ceiling balloons, the helium, that makes a really big impression. And to know that their loved one went out of their way to make sure that it was extra special. But we do other fun things too, like we'll pick up cakes from Freed's. Love Freed's, really good place. And then I also
Shout
pick
out
up
to Freed's
things. Yep.
Bakery.
I also love Wines and More on Vegas Boulevard. I'm constantly picking up stuff from my clients and just dropping it off with the balloons. I even have clients ship things to our warehouse and we just take them with us because, it gets expensive when you're trying to get on these flights with all your luggage
Mhm.
and everything else. It's like the last thing you want to think about is, I don't know, bachelor party. I forgot to get the blow up dolls or whatever
Mhm.
crazy thing you want to add in, or the napkins that were personalized. We just have our clients to ship them, direct ship them to us, and we just take care of them. So it's just easier because we want their vacation or their event to be really easy and happy. We don't want them running around trying to do all this stuff and being stressful. Vegas should be a place just to be relaxed and wowed and just really have a good time and create those good memories. So,
And just being part of someone's big day or a memory, memories are made in all kinds of ways. You even do photo sets and photo backgrounds and business setups for businesses for
oh, we're
just
big
a
on the trade
doorway.
shows. Yeah, yeah.
There's just there's no end to what we can use
Mhm.
and decorate with balloons, and they're just fun.
Yes.
Something
When
that we never grow out of.
And when we first started, helium was really abundant. And we just blew up balloons, no big deal. But when that shortage came, and it has never left, it's getting worse and worse, we had to figure out how to create things without helium, how to bond balloons together, how to do branding with monogramming. And I think that not having helium has been really good for our industry because it really has kind of set the bar on creativity, because when you don't have something, you have to figure out how to build without it. And so we do a
Mhm.
lot of structured things that are air filled, and air is free.
So, speaking of helium,
Yes.
when you do use helium, you use medical grade. Will you tell us the
Yeah.
science behind why that's better?
It, well, it's pure. So the reason why it's pure is that we get a bigger lift and it lasts longer. And then we
Mhm.
do double bonding on those balloons, not the latex ones because we can't, but on the gel ones or the mylar ones, we double bond. So like your balloon may be sitting around your house for 3 weeks. As long as there's not like too much heat stuff going on. It's just a game changer. And I know parties and birthdays are one day, but a lot of my clients like to have them hang around. I remember one time I serviced a client at Christmas time. It was her birthday. I think she was like 70 something. And then I went back later for Easter, which is the spring, and she still had her marquee sitting in the corner that we had done for her. And she was like, see, look at it's still
Aw.
standing up. It's still, well, that's great, but it's 5 months. It's okay to let it go. We'll build you another one in just 7 more, I promise. So yeah, that's really cool. And the helium situation, it's there's one company in here that kind of has a little, I don't know, a good thing going. And it's very difficult to get helium from them. So for us, we actually run to Los Angeles every 3 weeks. We have somebody go out there for
Wow.
us and switch out our commercial tanks so that we have helium for our clients. Now, the helium that we do is only probably 30% of our business. Most of it is air-filled, garland, towers, framing, all kinds of fun stuff. So, but we keep the helium because everybody wants ceiling balloons. And sometimes with our structures, we want everything to sit perfectly up and perfect. So, I mean, you can kind of do it with air, but as you get taller and taller, it kind of just moves a little bit. It's not as straight. So I will actually fill those top ones with helium just to get it absolutely perfect. And then I don't have to worry about it.
And your work as well. The quality of your work is top notch. There's dozens, countless reviews,
Oh, thank you.
just praising you and your team for the wonderful job that you do, making people's time special with what you create.
Mhm.
And you've done, many people don't know this, that you're a celebrity balloon artist. You have done many different custom things.
Oh, yeah.
One, I think the last time we spoke, you were tell us about the balloon creation you made for The Rock.
Oh my gosh, that was so interesting. I was really scared. I was timid. I got a call from, the private airport they have over here, and they're like, we want to put balloons in the airplane. And I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea because what happens when
Right.
it gets to a certain altitude and it starts blowing up? And they're like, oh, no, no, we have cabin pressure. I mean, she really had to talk me into it. So
Mhm.
he was doing something, it was his birthday, WWF. It was right before, or right, I think it was right after the Super Bowl. And so we just filled his plane with balloons and Mylar balloons and monogramming balloons. And he's a big guy. So by the time you get into this like jet, which is a pretty good size, it was just so much fun. I know that we have pictures on our Instagram and somewhere on Facebook, but it was really cool. And then he's not the only one. There's been several others. Unfortunately, we've had to sign NDAs, but that's okay. It comes with the business. But we love doing extra fun things. And, you know, unfortunately, some things come at the last minute. Not everybody pre-plans. And I love the fact that my
Mhm.
staff is always up and ready to run with new stuff, no matter what. And that's why we're open 24/7, because we literally will answer the phone. We will answer your texts. If for some reason we're on a ladder or doing some kind of installation in the middle of the night, which does happen, we'll just text you back within an hour or two. But we'll get back to you right away. A lot of people are surprised, but we've noticed, especially with our clientele flying into Las Vegas, people are from all over the world are trying to get things done. And so sometimes they're trying to do it secretly or hide in the closet to send stuff for their birthday. So we try and help them out as much as possible. And even grandmothers. I remember getting a call from this wonderful woman in Israel who wanted to send a special basket with balloons to her granddaughter who was here in Vegas. And that took a little bit of work. I had to find kosher stuff, which wasn't easy to fill in that basket, but we were able to, fill it with cupcakes and candy and add our touch of balloons and monogramming and jobs like that. Although they're not huge, they're really heartfelt. And I think that's probably the basis of our business, that we're here for the little guy as well as the big guys. Like, for example, MGM, we do the 7-Eleven balloon drop that's worldwide. And so that is like super fun for my staff. They look forward to that every year. Or when we work in partnership with MGM International with their Florida department to do their installs for New Year's, that's something that we really enjoy and we prep a lot for 3 weeks before New Year starts. But we're
Wow.
constantly growing and doing the big picture projects, but we're also remembering the little people or the mom who just needs maybe a couple balloons blown up. If we're available and we've got, helium on the side, we'll be more than happy to assist that, because you have to remember everybody's a little child inside. I think everybody's loved
That's
balloons.
right.
I've loved balloons since
And
I was like 6 months old, which is very weird to me. How I found a photograph a few years ago of, I was in a crib and there were all these balloons and I was just so fascinated by them because they float. And when you're young, you just like, oh my gosh, it's like magic. And to think
right.
that I have lived on this earth quite a few decades gone to college, and I'm wondering why I spend so much money on college because I'm not even doing what I was intended to do. And yet, it kind of came back full circle. I'm working with something I really love and enjoy. And the balloons are just like a big part of that. They still make me smile. That's why I love January, because it's a time where I get to find all the new products, see what everybody else is doing, kind of see what's hot, what's not, watch fashion shows, see what the big colors are, so that we can create
Mhm.
some phenomenal stuff.
Being that Las Vegas is become such a sports town, you also do stadium drops. So let's talk about a
Yeah.
big drop for a second, because
Um,
people might not even realize how much work goes into preparing for
oh,
doing one of these big stadium drops. They're all in the stands and they're loving it coming down. But tell us a little bit about how long does it take to get ready and about how many balloons do you have to use in something like that?
well, the balloon drops, those are thousands. Our team is really fast. I mean, I have got some phenomenal people. So those big balloon drops we actually do on site. We usually do about 5 to 6 nets, and it's usually probably about an hour and a half per net, and each net holds over 1,000 balloons. And
Wow.
even I mean, I get dirty. I'm down there tying my balloons too, and I'm helping and I'm moving stuff, and I'm constantly just trying to make it easier for my staff. But my favorite thing is after we finish our job, I love to go out to eat with my people, and we talk about a little bit about the job. I always want to know, hey, what did you love, and what do you think we need to like maybe do better so it's easier for us? And did you hear anything from the executives that I need to know about before I go into, my final walkthrough so they can see what we've created for them? Those are really cool. But other than balloon drops, and we've actually done quite a few this year for the election, so I'm really excited about that.
Hmm.
We've really groomed ourselves well and placed ourselves in good position. We've at T-Mobile, the National Bull Riders come in. They do an outdoor event. I wish it was indoor because sometimes the balloons don't do so well outside. But we, decorate their little kiosk areas outdoors, and that's a lot of fun. And you get to meet the celebrity bull riders and all kinds of fun things. And what else have we done? Just the trade shows. I mean, I went to a 20-year anniversary that was honoring women for being in the law section, and I didn't realize how many famous people were in that over at Caesar's Palace. It was pretty cool that we were able to put something off that was really beautiful. A ton and ton of conventions and trade shows. Sometimes you have a booth and you're with hundreds of other booths and you want to stand out a little bit more. Balloons will do that, as well as the branding.
Hmm.
People will remember, oh, it's so pretty. What were you selling again? It kind of makes them come in. So that's a really inspirational way to not only for them to gain business, and I'm always happy for them. Like, I think I'm okay of getting that call at 11 o'clock at night and the panic, right? Can I get you at 6 a.m.? And I'm like, well, let's go to the stock room and see what colors we have. Because I mean, it's great if you give us advance notice, but in a pinch, we can probably pull something off for you at the last minute. Because I do carry some stock that I know are pretty popular. And I even order stock that I have no idea what I'm going to use it for, but I love the color or I love the texture. And I think someday I'm going to create something with it or just do a mock. And you never know. I end up using it for a client that called in at the last minute, and it just made them feel like, oh my gosh, you kind of read my mind. Yeah, that's what we do. That's what we do best.
And I'm sure that, you've been doing this for so long, and don't knock the college degree because you went to BYU, right,
I
for
know, I
business.
did.
And here you are, you pay attention to trends and you pay attention to your team and all of
Yeah,
that really sets you up for everything you're doing now. And, and then being able to custom make things and you end up having some kind of intuition for this stuff,
I
you
think so.
know.
I think that part of that came from when I was a little girl. I was an avid coveler. I was very
Mhm.
shy, I just loved my coloring books, and I just loved to color and create. And I used to sketch when I was little. And I'm really grateful to my grandmother who always made sure that I had enough pads and pens because I was obsessive with it. And the thing is, I still use sketchbooks now when I'm trying to do designs or just trying to throw out ideas that might work. I mean, I'm not the best artist, but I'll start with that. And then once I get the inspiration, then I'll go to the tools on the computer and I'll make it look, more professional. But it always starts with, really good paper and, 24 Crayolas to get you started. But yeah, I think that you never know where you're going to turn out in life. And I think things that you get drawn to will naturally pull you in if you just listen. I mean, I went to BYU because I wanted to be an accountant and I wanted to be stuck in a cubicle and I guess not talk to anybody, but that's really not my personality. So now it's like I
Mhm.
love to go on deliveries. I mean, I still help my staff build stuff and I plan everything and I mentor people and I train them, but behind the scenes, I still get dirty. I still, don't be surprised if I'm the one delivering. If it's a really small job and my staff is too busy to do it, I'll be more than happy to take it over to you and give you a hug. I think one of the special touches that we do is every note or every order that comes in from a loved one to a client who is like not actually here, we will handwrite notes for them, just letting them know how loved they are and that they're sorry they can't be there, but they were thinking of them. I mean, that's just something that they can save. So, and that makes me feel really good. So I'm okay with getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning to go drop that off on the other side of town because I know how special and important it is. I
And
know.
the personal touch, it keeps you connected to your customers and it keeps you, people need to see you and we're excited because they're seeing you right now on the show. And we're talking about all those special things that happen throughout the year, no matter what you're doing, where you are. Someone has a business, a restaurant, a grandma.
How could you not love Vegas? Because there's just so many things to celebrate and do. And now we have the new baseball team that's coming in, and maybe a basketball team, and love hockey, love doing stuff for them and for the Raiders. We've had an opportunity to, do events with them. So I think our company is in a really good place. And I think it's as long as we remember is customer service is always the most important and getting the absolute best products possible. I think that we are definitely a force to reckon with, and we're going to be around for a long time. And that's what keeps me motivated are all the different holidays and events there is to do. You can't possibly be bored in Vegas.
No,
There's just so much
never.
inspiration. Yeah. And change. That's the one thing I really understand is that you can count on change because it will be here. And it's amazing how fast we build hotels. I can't wait till the Hard Rock opens up on the Strip. I'm
I
excited for them. I'm
know.
hoping maybe they'll let us do some grand opening or maybe a balloon drop for them. But that's
So
going to
are
be
we.
amazing. And then I know we've got so many cool hotels and restaurants, and I've noticed there's a lot of grand opening restaurants opening up this year, which I'm excited about because I'm a foodie. So I don't mind, doing those grand openings and getting my
Absolutely.
first in line. I know, right?
And we have we
But
have
those
our
are fun.
choice. We have our choice of anything that we could possibly want and hope for in Las
No,
Vegas.
I know. I know the shopping here is wonderful. I still have to go to LA to get things because most of my manufacturers are out there. And when I'm out there, I do scope product and I bring stuff back. Um, but I can always call these people at a whim because they know me so well and they'll ship it to me and I'll have it the next day. So that's how I'm able to get product beforehand before anybody else has it and how I'm able to kind of leverage that against our competition. So I just think that people are the most important thing. And if you treat people right, how could you possibly go wrong? Um, and so that's why I love my job. And I love the people that I work with because they're inspiring to me too.
And that shines through as you're talking about what you do, what you love to do, this being your passion. And then, I think too, you had also did work, you had a photography business. So, you have all that visual creativity in your background and it's been your life for a really long time.
Well, you know, I've
So,
had the luxury of being a wedding photographer, and then I kind of moved over to newborns because my kids were, going to kindergarten and first grade, and I wanted to spend more time with them rather than on these 14-hour weddings out in the desert. And that's when I started doing, the first birthday smash cakes with the balloon sets and the cake. And that is really where I started. I was never even thinking about going into balloons. I loved my photography business. And then,
mhm.
when that started, when one of my clients said, "Hey, Stephanie, can you create that for our birthday party?" And I'm like, yeah, I guess I could do that, right? And that's how we started from there. And I remember my son was with me side by side, and it's so funny. He could not tie his shoes. He was 6 years old and could not tie his shoes. So being smart, I'm like, okay, well, why don't we practice with balloons? Almost the same concept, right? So,
Mhm.
I had balloons at 8 years old, actually at 6 years old, and he just got better and better. And I got to work side by side with him. And it was just not only did he grow from the experience, but so did I. And if you can work with your family, that's like the most amazing thing ever. My children still work with me, and my husband works with me too. And even though he has a regular job, but he's very supportive, and I'm able to do something that I really love. Like I would do it for free if I won the lottery, because that's how much I love it. If I didn't have to worry about paying the mortgage or anything else, I would do it because it just, I don't know. When you give somebody love, you can really tell how much they appreciate it. So.
And folks, as they're watching this, they're seeing different samples of your work, and
Oh, good.
you'll even travel if you need to, so folks,
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie can bring Vegas to wherever you are, and that Vegas style party can be delivered right to you. So,
I've been called to LA quite a few times, in San Francisco, and I would not mind hopping a plane for somebody going east more. Um, but I just think that it's just it's just a really great industry. It really is. And I think that Vegas is really the place to be. It's kind of like hot spot. I would think right behind food. But yeah, you're right. You can really, I mean, we have the best weather other than the 3 months, June, July, and August. We have the best weather overall. Give me your dream. Let me help you figure it out, because I think there is a way that you will be so inspired and surprised on how creative we can be. But I'm always like super nice and kind, and I try to be helpful. Even if you call me and I'm not sure I can do something, or it's like completely out of my wheelhouse, I'll help you figure out how to get it or to DIY it your
right.
own way, um, because I just like to be helpful. I think that when you go with an open heart and just try and be helpful, the people really appreciate it. There's been a lot of times where like someone has called me for something and maybe I couldn't do it, but they'll remember how helpful I was, and they'll call me a few months later for something else that I can do, or it is in my wheelhouse. So um, I just think as people, we just need to remember kindness is free, and you probably should do it a lot more.
Right. And thank you for filling our world with color and beautiful and creativity and just everything that you bring to the table with your business. Balloon Pros Las Vegas, how do people reach you? How do they book you? What's the best way?
Well, actually, they can call us 24/7 at 702-574-2021, or you can text us, or you can send an email through balloonproslasvegas.com. You can go onto our website. But yeah, it's very difficult not to find us, and we'll answer you right away. That's one big thing that I'm really big on, is that um, even if we can book you, we'll do it. If we can't, we'll help you find it. Or if we don't do that work, we'll help you find it. I mean, there's been some crazy calls that, like, I don't know, somebody needed something that, but maybe a car wash. What do I know about a car wash? Not in my will set, but I'm like, we can give you a directory. I'll just like text you like all the things that you need, and you can go on. So yeah, we're always available. You'll always find us, unless I'm on a ladder or something. Then I'll call you back. But I'll tell you, hey, I'm on a ladder. Let me get back to you. So. We're easy to
Right.
find. And it may not be me, it may be one of my staff members, but somebody will definitely take care of you or help you out. So, but
Wonderful.
thank
We had so enjoyed having you on the show. Thank you for joining us
You're
and letting us
welcome.
into your world for a little bit to understand the wonderful world of Balloon Pros Las Vegas. And we just can't wait for everyone to see all this and hear all about it. So thank you so
We're very
much.
thankful to meet you, and we'll be on the strip if anybody needs us. So have a great day.
Unleash your inner shine by choosing Brimstone Jewelry, with gifts for women and for men. Come and experience the Brimstone difference. You can visit us online at brimstone-jewelry.com. If you're planning a wedding, book a bridal party and choose from our wide variety of the finest costume jewelry.